USA.
Hi, I'm Donny Petersen, and this is Biker TV Techline. I've owned heavy-duty cycles here in Toronto for 30 years, and I've been the Techline editor for American Iron Magazine since 1989. In the old days with oil coolers, we'd just go down to an auto wrecker, we'd yank out a transmission cooler out of any old wreck, pay $5 for it, bring it back, and put it onto our motorcycles, and voila, we had a functioning oil cooler. But now there's many oil coolers on the market. Tony, would you bring me over the cooler you're installing on that bike, please?
Sure, Don. As long as I can get it back so this guy can get out of here sometime today.
Okay. Now, oil coolers are made out of billet, they're made out of chrome, and they're made out of black materials. Billet is a current fad with Harley riders. It basically means something's cut out of a solid piece of metal, whether it be steel or aluminum. Billet is usually a shiny material and therefore will not dissipate heat as well as a black cooler. So now we understand that a chrome oil cooler would be the worst of the three in terms of functionability. Now, what makes an oil cooler better than another one? Well, obviously the fin surface area. The more surface area of the finning, the better it will be. The channel length will be the oil channels that go through the oil cooler. And of course, the location of where we put the oil cooler. It's got to be in the airflow. It's an air-cooled engine. So putting it at the back of the motorcycle is not a very good idea. Oil coolers, quite often, they come with thermostats. It can be inside, and it'll bypass the oil away from the cooler back into the engine at a certain predetermined temperature, say 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Sometimes the thermostat will be outside the cooler. Here you go, Tony.
Thanks, Don.
Will be outside the cooler, and the only reason for that is it's a separate piece, it's an add-on, or Harley riders like stuff hanging out, and it just makes everything a little more complicated, which sometimes is beautiful. Then there's the manual turn-off valve. The problem with this one is you have to remember when to turn it off and to turn it on. Then there's the old and tried true method of a piece of cardboard, and this goes back to the transmission oil cooler. Just cut out a piece of cardboard, a couple elastic bands. When it gets down to 50-55 degrees Fahrenheit, just put it in front of the oil cooler and put the elastic bands on, and you're away. Now, if you're going out to purchase an oil cooler, here's something that's very important to look for. We'll say these are two different channels that are going through an oil cooler where the oil is flowing through. These are the fins. So on a normal one, the oil is flowing here and it's here, and the oil on the outside, it's getting cooled and the heat's dissipating. But the oil that's in the center of the channel, it doesn't get moved out to the outside, so it stays the same temperature. Then we have the turbulated oil cooler, which is the one that you want. It's almost like somebody took a can opener and just started popping in the oil line. And see, now the oil is forced all over the place, and it's forced to mix or turbulate, and therefore the oil gets equal opportunity to dissipate its heat to the outside world. Now, do you need an oil cooler? Well, if you ride in really hot weather, say across the prairies in summertime or the U.S. Southwest, it's 120 degrees Fahrenheit, an oil cooler is an exceptionally good idea. If you're the type of rider who rides really hard, sustained high RPM riding, again, an oil cooler is a great idea. On the modern twin cam 88 engines, these engines run really hot because of emissions controls, and they should all have an oil cooler on them. Finished there yet, Tony?
It's coming, I know. Time is money.
Okay, and this is Donny Petersen signing off from Techline on Biker TV, and we'll catch you next time around.